Hello YouTube friends. I wanted to share with you, now that both recipients have got the commissions I made in December and January, some of the making of them and some of the choices I made. Both people gave me free rein to use what fabrics I wanted, which was an absolute joy. So these are just some of the pictures of me making first the quilt. There's all the bits there, and then here I am pinning it out. The 3 layers are there. The background fabric, there that you can see the green, is the fabric I chose for the backing fabric. So the backing fabric is green. I didn't take a picture of the back. I wish I had, because I put a run of flying geese up the back as well. Now this is the very quilt that I made, the same pattern that I made at Easter last year. I'm always talking about leaving iCards and I was forgetting to do so. So I'll try really hard to remember to leave an iCard to the making of the flying goose quilt last Easter, but if I forget, then it's there in the playlist in fabric or quilting or something. So I'm pinning out. That's the way I like to do it. I've got the 3 layers. I've got some lovely natural cotton wadding and pinning the whole thing out here. And there we go. And the way I chose to quilt it, I make the binding at the same time while I've got all the fabrics out. Here it is finished. Well, it needed binding on, and I quilted it in a lovely grid pattern. Yeah. The next one is, this was a birthday present for a young lady in Texas, I think, and she has this now, and I embellished it with all sorts of bits and pieces, and it hangs behind her bed. So, and this one was to be pink, green and purple. And so now, moving swiftly on, I'm going to do another in the episodes of which picture shall we look at from the back wall. And here's the back wall there that was behind me when I did the Advent readings, and a few of you asked, tell us about the pictures, Kate. So the picture I'm going to tell you about today, and there's a good reason for it, is this one. So it's 3 pictures, isn't it? I'm going to tell you about this one. So this picture then, it's 3 of my photographs that I took. So I'll get in nice and close. That is a gannet. I'm going to explain this in more detail in a minute. That's just a bit of rusty metal from the lighthouse at the end of Farewell Spit, and that's the beautiful Tasman Sea. So it's so very sunny today. It's the second time I've filmed this, because I just kept getting reflections and all sorts. So that's the picture I want to talk about today, but I'm going to talk about it by showing you the journal that I made when I was in New Zealand. So let's get on and do that then. So this then is the journal that I took with me to New Zealand. I made it on New Year's Day 2013 with the idea that I would have a big adventurous holiday, and I did. So I took this with me empty and brought it back stuffed full of all sorts of memories and pictures and even some little pressed flowers, all sorts of bits and pieces. And these tabs down the side that I put in, these are just some cardboard from a box of crackers, I think. And this was the trip where I took those pictures. That's the same picture. I lay down on my back on the beach with my camera, watching as the birds flew overhead, the gannets. There was a huge, massive gannet colony. I wonder if I can see. Here you are. There might be a picture of them in here. This is the leaflet about the trip that I took down to the end of Farewell Spit on this amazing bus. There we are. Look, there's the gannet colony. Thousands and thousands of gannets live on the end of the spit there. And they're a really rather amazing bird, the way that they feed their young. They fly across to the sea, and then they dive into the sea. They sort of dive bomb the sea. And so they've got, their skull is very reinforced like a motorcycle helmet. And they haven't got nostrils, which is today's surprising fact. Okay then, so here's a map of Farewell Spit, look. So this is just a little map I drew. And it's this piece of land here that goes very, very narrow, not even a quarter of a mile wide, and it shifts with the tides, which is why you can only go out there when the tides are exactly right. It's closed here, and so that only the people with the permit, which is the Eco Tours people, can take you out down to the end of the where the lighthouse is, which used to be manned, but now isn't, obviously. And here we are. This is Tim, and this is the bus it's an old Bedford bus that's been modified with these massive big wheels. And every now and then it gets stuck in the sand and everyone has to get out and push. You can tell I'm taking a photograph, I'm not pushing. So this was the trip down to the gannet colony then. And so I took those 3 pictures that you've just seen. They're a lovely reminder for me when I'm when I'm looking at those pictures on the back wall there of this fantastic holiday that I had. Now, this book then is 2 months, and I took this, just me on my own, on buses. So I took this bus with me everywhere I went, and did photographs and just little memories of my trip to New Zealand and all the places that I went to there. And when I make a book like this one for a holiday, it's not the first time I've done this, I make a diary thing at the end so that I can actually plan out what I'm doing and know what day I'm on, because sometimes you lose track of time when you're on holiday, don't you? Anyway, this then is it's an amazing thing that I like to read. Every year I get it out and I read it along with the day that I was on. So that bunch of pictures then reminds me very much of how wonderful that 2-month holiday was. So I think the picture explanation was longer than the actual video today. So thanks for watching. I may read, if you want me to, I may read some of my memories out of here. This is one of my most treasured possessions. And I also may one day, it's in my book to do, show you how to make a book like this. Maybe we'll make some books like this together for holiday journals. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I've got a drawer tidying out video coming next. I haven't forgotten about that project. I do always get round to the projects that I say I'll do. I promise I do. Okay guys, catch you next time. Thanks for watching.